trembling. I've never seen that in Kiho. Yes, I was trembling, you know, and up to now as though I'm not okay, you know. What I saw, to me, it doesn't happen, you know. And to me, I'm not myself, what I saw there. Anyway, I'll get over it, but it was a good experience for me.
I was a former school teacher, a former principal, a former education officer, a former chief education officer. I went through all these levels. Thursday, August 27th was a very special day for us as a family and for the village of Kiho, and I know for the entire country of Dominica. When the storm we were told about the day before, Erika was approaching us, and we were told it may not have much impact on us, and so we were more or less relaxed. But that was not to be, because around 9-10 in the morning, the rains continued to pour down as though it would never stop. And the river started to grow and grow in size and width and power. And we were just wondering how close was it going to get to us where we were living. Right here, as you can see the house in the river at the back. And then it didn't take very long, probably in about half an hour or so, when the river started raging down our way. We saw it traveling and coming in our direction. Normally it would go more south, but it came more north where we were located. And we realized we were in trouble. We could hear the huge boulders. In fact, a few feet to the south, we had a wall, a stone wall. And that was apparently carried away by the river before it really started coming our way. And when we saw really that, no, that river was heading in the wrong direction, because it was never so close to us ever before. This house is 31 years old. That house has landed, that is now sunk in the sand, in the mud, in the river. We were here for 31 years in that same house, and nothing close to that had happened before. But then we realized it was going to be a different day for us today, and we got the power of the river hitting against, you know, the lower part of the house. We were upstairs in the veranda and watching and saying, well, what do we do? What's going to happen next? And we heard boulders hitting the bottom part of the house, and we saw the river rising higher and higher. And then we decided, look, we felt some shakes, you know, like an earthquake or something, because the river was beginning to move the house. So we said, and the grandchild of ours was the one talking to her, and she said, Grandpa, this house is moving, it's taking, we have to get out, we must get out. And we have a connection, a step that was connected, that this house was connected to another section here at the back. So we couldn't go through the front again, because that is where it was raging, and it was really under this house already. And so we had to escape through the back door and get out into the other side of the building. And then we realized, before we could realize it, the house had disappeared. So apparently this shaking and the rumbling we were feeling, it was already very significant and very well advanced. So if we had stayed another 10-15 minutes, God knows, would have gone down in the house, and nobody perhaps would not be here today to tell that story. So that was it, and all we could do was to stay on the outside and so on and look at it in the sun there, because the house was gone. And everything left. Everything disappeared in the house. Everything. I mean, we had about 7 televisions in different rooms, you know, because it's not a big house, but anyhow, we had downstairs, we had upstairs. And so all that is gone. My car, which was downstairs of the building, disappeared. We never saw it going anywhere. We never saw it. We just realized that the spot where it was had gone, so the car had gone somewhere. We eventually noticed parts of it, small parts of the green car. And I went to the sea, to the bay. I would see one wheel up, and I knew it was that car that was buried there in the sea. So that was it. I have not seen it since again. So that was it. It was a day when we had to just wonder really what day was that we had to go through this experience. But we are glad to be alive. We are happy that we moved out in time and that we were not allowed to disappear in the house, you know.
Yes. Well, everything went down with the river. The pots and pans, all pots and pans, everything went down.
Yeah,
We
stove,
didn't save anything.
everything went, everything went.
And our refrigerator is down, upside down, but we don't know if it is going to work, you know, again, because it was soaking in water. The river went in there and it was soaking in water. So we are just there when some people lent me or gave me, you know, so that I can cook something, but what can I do?
Yeah, we lost everything. Clothes, everything.
Clothes, yeah.
Because all your rooms, everything was in those rooms, and that is there.
Yeah.
The house as it is now still has water in it, and things are inside there.
Even
And you cannot approach inside, you cannot get inside there as you like. And
this
now, of
little
course,
girl there is my granddaughter. She's in the she's
That's the
she
one
will be
that-
16 this month.
she's the one who told us we should move. In
And
fact,
yes.
you know,
And then I wash and iron her school clothes because school will be reopening soon. I hung them in the wardrobe and everything went down. Her uniforms went down. Books, she's a scholarship.
books we got already, yeah.
Books we got already.
All
for
that
her.
gone.
All that is gone. We haven't got anymore and so on. Shoes, everything go down.
No, that's everything.
That was so
Everything
unfortunate,
disappeared.
you know.
The house was from about, this is the septic tank for the house.
Yes.
Septic tank, right here.
Yes. It's broken.
So the house was starting from here
To go
to
down.
go in that direction. So the length of the house will take it up to that point there where you see the tarpaulin. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And then this piece, you say this piece was part of the house.
The
is that-
garage, I think.
this is part of the garage.
Garage,
This is part of the garage. Yeah. That's the eastern side of the garage. Yeah. Pardon me?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. Yes. Well, this was here. This would be about here, yeah. Because the garage was the eastern side of the house, yeah. Downstairs.
The,
yeah.
here, the house was up and down. What you see there is the top part of it, the bottom part went down or wherever it is buried on the other side.
So the whole bottom was
Was
the
gone,
house?
yes.
Or just part? Or the whole garage and the whole bottom? No, I'm saying the whole bottom was part of living space?
Part of the house, yeah.
Part of the living space
kitchen
and then
was
the
the
garage.
Garage and the kitchen,
Yes.
yeah. Downstairs.
That river was raging, and then some vehicles went down and they were stuck under the bridge up there. And the water just
That made it
came
worse.
out- Yes, it made it
Diverted
worse.
the course of the
Diverted
river
too.
to a great
And the
extent. yeah.
current, you should be there, the current that was coming. And they had another river as well, because the water broke its bank up, you know.
Yeah,
So
this
the
was like another river.
passing there.
Here, right, this
They
road
had
here.
river
Yeah,
in
it
the
came
yard.
from up and came across
Yes,
here.
and then there, that road coming down was another river again. It broke
Yeah,
the road
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Yes. Yes. So we got, well, you know, we are in the tail, so we got everything.
We got everything
Yes.
from all angles, yeah.
That river was raging. You know, it was so upset. I don't know what was happening. First time I have been here for the past 45 years or more.
5 years, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's 45 years since we are married. And
1970, yeah.
you see, at that age I'm 70. I'll be 70 in December.
17.
17 December, yes.
But as you can see, after it had taken that house, it was on its way,
Yes, under the
go
house.
inside
It
here
was
as well,
pulling
but it
things
was
from
continuing.
under the house, yes.
you know. But
Galvanized
luckily, just about that
and
time, the strength was going down a bit and it could only dig up to a
Yes.
certain extent.
And you know, when the river was going on, as though it had how many legs, you know, like an octopus, a part was coming there. It had a leg in the middle. It had that part, and I've never seen that before. And the current, when I saw that,
No,
I
that
said,
was
and the
power I
big
never seen.
trees
I've lived here all my
that
life.
was coming down, a lot of big trees was coming down. And we had a pillar in somewhere there with under the step, a long step from upstairs to downstairs. And when the trees knocked the pillar under the step, the house used to shake, you know, it was shaking. It was not a good experience at all. I've never seen that in my life.